Let's listen to each other with generosity in our hearts. Let's learn from each other with curiosity and wonder. We are a part of nature. We are a part of Earth. We are a part of life. May we use our time together to add to peace and truth and goodness in the world.
This is the human heart. Central to our physical body, our survival, revered by poets throughout history as the emotional center of our being. The place we instinctively touch when asked to point to ourselves. And now, what we have known intuitively is being understood scientifically. Researchers are unlocking a new science of the heart that could change everything we know about health and our interconnected nature. Coherence is a state of balance between heart, mind, and emotions, creating a favorable cascade of neural, hormonal, and biochemical events that benefit the entire body. But this phenomenon not only benefits us personally, it affects everything around us, emitting an electromagnetic field that can be measured up to 3 feet outside of the body. When you are in coherence, your heart resonates at the same frequency as the Earth's magnetic field. This frequency positively affects everything around you. When a group of people are in coherence together, this effect is magnified. Could communities synchronized in coherence lower violence, accelerate cooperation, and global harmony? This is the purpose of the Global Coherence Pulse. If we can measure the impact of thousands of people in coherence at the same time, it could lead to a breakthrough in understanding the full potential of the human heart. All you need to participate is your presence and your heart. To take it to the next level, join the research study by downloading the app and getting an HRV monitor to measure your personal coherence. The world needs it more than ever before. Each human heart is unique and magnificent by itself. But imagine what could be possible when we unify.
What will happen if we unify our love and energy like we're doing right here during World Unity Week? Wow, we're on day 7, and the theme today is love. And I just really want to acknowledge all the people that are behind the scenes putting together World Unity Week, all the different rooms, all the different missions that are happening. I know during this week, every time we've started a pulse and kind of just stopped for a minute and connected in with the field, I really feel the field in such a rich and potent way. And whatever you've been out exploring in World Unity Week, I'm really glad that you're joining us here today. And those of you that have joined on other days, what we do here really does have an impact on the whole. So I wanted to remind you about the Global Coherence app. They've really updated the app, and there are so many wonderful guides. There's a camera sensor. It makes it really easy for you to track your coherence. I know we did the Global Coherence Pulse on Saturday with Andy and Jonathan Goldman, and we did a meditation on humming, and people found that their coherence level actually went up really high during that. And the more we can use tools like this, and the more that we can show that the science of the heart is beginning to align with our experience of what's possible when we join together in coherence, it really makes a difference. So I want to say we have, yesterday we had 2 beautiful men, Gary Malkin and Michael Linfield, helping us with abundance. And, you know, Michael left us with a statement: sharing and caring from a heart-lighted place of unconditional love is the key to unlocking the portal and entering into a world of abundance for all life on earth. Love that. Love that. We can keep holding that in our hearts, that caring and sharing from a heart-lighted place. And that's really what we're going to do today. And I also, before I bring the guests on, I just wanted to acknowledge, if you were on just a few minutes before this started, we saw some videos that Gary Malkin did. One was on gratitude. And I really love that final line he was saying is, may everyone be blessed by you today. So whatever we generate in the field of love today, let's then go out into the world in whatever ways that we are today and every day, and just know that everyone is blessed when we're in heart-centered coherence, just by our presence. And then we can shine that through our eyes and our smile and our hands and our hearts. So I want to bring in our 3 guests. So yesterday was 2 beautiful men. Today, 3 beautiful women are going to guide us in our journey of experiencing and generating a field of love. We have Michelle Marie from Love Voice Rising. We have Grace Lynn from Global Heart Team, and these 2 ladies joined their love and energies together and created a really potent book called Personal Heart Power. We'll put a link in the chat so you can get it. Once you hear them speaking, you'll think, I want to play with them. And then we also have Tammy Briggs, who is going to play the harp for us today throughout this pulse and really help us to just come into a state of love and coherence. So welcome, ladies. I'm so happy that you're here. And I am going to invite the community to just relax and enter into this space with the 3 of you. And Tammy, we'll start with you helping us just to tune our energies and relax into this next 60 minutes with some beautiful harp music. So we'll start with Tammy, and then we'll bring Michelle and Grace back.
Wonderful. Thank you, Teresa. And as Teresa mentioned, today is all about love. And we invite you now to connect to your heart, move into your heart of love, as we spend the next hour really embodying what we're talking about with profound, deep love. And the other thing I want to say before I play this song is, for the last several nights, when I've attended David Gershon's presentation, he's talked about the infinity symbol of us rippling out and then our vibrations come back to us and we amp it up and ripple out again and come back and forth. And part of why I think the harp is so powerful is it's these vibrations of transmission that are rippling out into the world to help us create that coherent field of love. So again, take a breath into your heart and let the music touch you wherever you need to be touched.
Thank you so much, Tammy. Beautiful. Yeah. Well, let's bring Grace and Michelle in. So lovely to have both of you. I'm so excited about all the ways that we are going to be collaborating and playing in the year to come, and really seeing the work of Love Voice Rising and Global Heart Team really making more waves in the world. So lovely to have you both here.
And it's lovely to be here. Thank you. And you're such a great support and encouragement. And we're so happy to be a part of today.
You can go ahead, Michelle, if you'd like to.
Oh, yeah. So I'm just waiting for the slides to show up that we're going to start with. And if they want to start the slide presentation. And if we don't have that, again, I'll just start without it. And we are really excited to be here on day 7 and being in the frequency of love. How much better does it get than that? And to be on the global coherence pulse during the World Unity Week. And really grateful for this opportunity to be present with each of you and for everyone who's shown up. And what we really want to start with, as Teresa mentioned, we have recently published a book called Personal Heart Power. And we just want to touch on some of the terminology that we use for that in that book so that you can have a greater understanding. And so on the next slide, we're going to intentionally gain conscious awareness of what your personal heart power is. And if you're here, you already are aware of it. You connect to your heart and you like to connect into these energy fields of that. And the personal heart, as we define it, is the sensory center for the collective energy experience that you have. We each of us have in our thoughts, our feelings, and our behaviors. And it's in relationship to what we call as the mode of fear and the mode of love. And what determines is whatever energy we're operating for will determine how our life unfolds before us. And our personal heart power comes when we most often or more frequently operate from the power of love or from the mode of love. And what it is, and the most effective way to move into that power is to really open up our hearts and calm our minds. And that is what Unity Week has been all about. And then when we connect those individual personal hearts rooted in that foundation of love and that personal heart power, and we connect with others, we start operating from the global heart power which is an imaginative. We have the foundation of love, how we operate throughout this world. But before we, there's a shadow side that we also have to touch on too. When Grace is going to talk a little bit about fear before we move into the highest frequency of love.
Oh, Grace needs to unmute. There we go.
All right. Thank you, Michelle. Yeah. And so you talk about the mode of love, but on the lower vibrational end, it's the mode of fear. And so in the mode of fear, power is about powering over someone or over a group of people. So the illusion of having control over others and that illusion of being powerful, whatever means that is, whether it's monetary, stuff, things, whatever that is, that's fueled by the mode of fear. The other way of using power is feeling powerless, power under, where I feel as a victim or I feel illusion of powerless. I have no power to change my life, or I have no power in the situation. So how we find ourselves in this illusion of either feeling powerful over or under power, what do we do to shift? And so another drama triangle, in the next slide, is the drama triangle. This is the foundation. And when you look at this slide, it's Cartman's triangle and it's drama triangle. So when we're in the mode of fear, usually we play one of these roles. Either we feel we're the rescuer, we feel like we need to rescue people, it's my job to rescue others, or the persecutor, it's I'm judging others. So if I judge others, I can shut my heart. I can't judge and feel love in the same moment. So if I find myself judging, I definitely have a closed heart in that moment. Or I can feel powerless as the victim. And then the victim, it's, oh, I can't change my life. I have nothing I don't have the power to change my life. And so looking at these, this drama triangle could be with inside of ourselves, or it can play out externally with other family, friends, and other people in our community. And I'll just share an example of how this can happen so unconsciously. Last week, I went to visit my brother-in-law in Montana for his 60th birthday party. And my ideal of a birthday party is balloons and flowers and just a lot of decorations. Well, his is probably not the same. So we went and I took little heads since we were traveling. I couldn't pack things in my bag. So I just brought little small versions of his head, small sized version of his head, and about 30 of them. And we were going to put little sticks and put them in planters and stick them all over his house, put them on the refrigerator. Well, when I got there, I saw that there wasn't balloons and there wasn't flowers. And I felt guilty, like, oh, he's not going to have a great experience at the birthday because I thought he should have balloons and crepe paper and flowers. And so I felt guilty. Well, that triggered my rescuer. So I wanted to rescue him. I wanted to make the party bigger, but his wife knew he wouldn't like that. And so I was judging. I jumped the persecutor and said, well, he was judging. Why didn't you get balloons? Why didn't you get a big cake? And so I went to judging and then fell into victim, like, oh, I don't have the power to go out and get any balloons. I don't have the power. I didn't have a car. So I jumped in that drama triangle. Hence, when I recognized I was trying to control the birthday party to make it special for him, I realized I was in that rescue mode. And so I took a deep breath, got back into the mode of love, asked my sister-in-law to help me cut all these little pictures of him out, put them on little sticks, and then we went and put him all over his house, on the refrigerator, on the bathroom mirror, with little funny sayings, which I won't share now, but on. And so when he woke up, he found all little versions of himself all over, sharing, happy birthday, I'm 60. And it was wonderful. We worked together, cutting him out and putting him all over the house in the morning before he woke up. That was in the mode of love. So just catching yourself, and you find yourself in this triangle, and usually you find a set point. My set point's the rescuer, but you can find your set point in each one is, and you can go. It's just being conscious in that moment when you find yourself trying to rescue, control, judge, being the persecutor, or being powerless. That's the moment to take a breath, reconnect with your heart, and then get it back into the mode of love. And Michelle, share what happens when we're in the mode of love together.
Yeah. Yes, I got the lucky straw today and I get the mode of love. And so on the next slide, the mode of love or the foundation of love, we're familiar with that. And when we're in that frequency and we're in that flow, we all know it just feels, joyful, and it feels inviting. We want to be with others and we want to share it, or maybe we want to retreat by ourselves and just take it all in. And it really is in this mode of love, when we feel that within ourselves, we're more likely then to connect with the global heart, with others in that mode and in that energy. And so we're connecting with the mode of love. And of course, we can't do this all the time, but it's like Grace was talking about, it's regaining that balance. And so when we have the awareness of our shadow side, we can rebalance ourselves so that we can be in the mode of love more frequently. And when we can do that ourselves, and we join with others, like we are here today during Unity Week, and we join with others with that love frequency, then what happens is we start expanding that global heart frequency of love. So then we're operating from that global heart power, right? And so now we're doing power with. And in that place of power with, like Grace used in that example, that power with, where then her and her sister, I think it was your sister-in-law, you started placing those little things around the house, and it feels more joyful and playful, and it's able to fill both of them up with more love. And they ultimately have a wonderful celebration for her brother-in-law, and it's really fun. But it's we can get caught in those triangles of where we think we have the better solution, but we don't necessarily know what the whole situation is, and we don't know all the players in the game. But when you are, both Grace and I can be rescuers, and many of us can, and we can certainly be the other ones too. But when we actually gain that awareness, and that I think is such the big piece in the global heart as well. So we've all been, those who are here, most of us have been working on this for many years internally, and we still are working on it. And that's the human journey, to continue doing that. That's part of the ongoing journey. I don't believe it's ever complete in the human existence. But what we get to look at now from a real conscious standpoint is the global heart. So in the next slide, what we intentionally want to do is begin gaining that conscious awareness of the global heart. Not just our individual heart and what we need to heal and fix, but when we do, to see the outcome, that when we do our own work and move into that place of love, and now we can begin to recognize that we have an effect on the global heart, that we, in fact, are the ones who get to heal the global heart from this foundation of fear that we are currently living in. That if we do this, we get to collectively join one another, join our collective hearts, and begin expanding that foundation or that mode of operation of love for the global heart. And when that happens, just imagine it, right? Like, just imagine it. So it's super exciting. And so the global heart power, again, is when the world's collective personal hearts are in community and each are primarily operating from the mode of love. Again, we have to have realistic expectations for ourselves, right? And so then when we have our personal heart power from the mode of, when they're operating together, the personal heart power of love and the global heart power starts expanding, that really is what that global coherence pulse is. We begin pulsating with that energy. And what I love is that the global coherence pulse is scientifically showing how this works. And we know when science steps in, it's a game changer. And it's just like a really exciting thing. So Grace and I get really excited about this. And so we can go on to the next slide.
Yeah, so the global coherence pulse is just measuring the love. So every time you put your little finger on your camera, on your phone, anytime you put the clip on your ear, and you sit there with a calm mind and an open heart, you're radiating out this love, compassion, joy, appreciation out into the world. And we don't even know the impact of that connection, but it's helping our interconnectedness, and the power of love in our collective heart is when we'll see change in the world and see it as global heart power. And this is when the power of love will eclipse the love of power. We're communities around the world. We become heart-centered. We care for one another. We care what happens around the world to someone else. We feel and sense our connection from our heart. And living from our heart, we can feel more vibrant health and feel whole. That wholeness and holy, that I'm whole and holy, everyone on this call is whole and holy, and every living being is whole and holy. So this is
Grace.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, sorry, I was just going to say, and when we have that coherence, when we have, it's just like we've had a great opportunity in the personal heart power writing that, like we're start recognizing more and more the global aspect of it. And it's really exciting to see what's happening. And certainly this week has really catalyzed that mindset with everyone who's been joining in.
Yes, Michelle. Yeah, and so I hope you're all sensing and feeling into your heart. I hope your heart feels open right now, taking this in, feeling and sensing this loving energy, and then sending it out, pulsing it out. And so just taking in what we've shared here during our presentation, and I'll have Tammy just start, and with listening to Tammy, the heart music, feeling that opening even more and calming the mind.
Now is the time that we have the honor of journeying to a place of love with all of you more deeply. And what we're going to do is a guided meditation. Grace and I will speak and Tammy will play. So get comfortable, close your eyes, and release anything that is keeping you from being fully present and in the frequency of love. That frequency of love that flows through every cell of our bodies, your body. And let's embody this frequency of love now by opening our hearts and calming our minds, breathing deeply and slowly in and out as we dive into oneness through the radiant field of love. First, we'll begin by recognizing the beautiful path of this week that has led us here. We started with the frequency of empowerment, which led us to the frequency of oneness before pausing on that unity, then cooperation. We took a stop in abundance, faith, and now today we are bringing it all together in that frequency of love, which has been following us and leading us and surrounding us all week. And just feel this global heart power of love. Embody it. Enjoy it.
And imagine as we tether our hearts together in the frequency of love, our personal hearts, one to another, to form a loving bond in the global heart. Begin to feel this loving unity with each other. Feel this loving connection in your heart. Feel the power of oneness. Feel the pulsating expansion of your personal heart, reaching out to the high frequency energy field of love, where the new earth is rising and waiting for our connection. We already know it is possible now. Let's feel it in our hearts as our reality.
Breathe deeply with humility and gratitude, for we have been called to this place, this time, to boldly emerge our deepest desires, to create the new earth in real time together. We have been moving toward this for a very long time. We are here. We are embodying it. We are living it. And the beauty of this moment is the new earth is rising, and we are here to lead the way. To create the path. To give others permission to courageously live their authentic self, rooted in the beautiful frequency of love.
So many people are waiting for permission, waiting for loving guidance and support. And we are all here to stand in love, to offer everyone loving support. Feel this support entirely in your soul. Allow your soul to rise in this moment more boldly than ever before, as you recognize, maybe even for the first time, that you can stand in love. that you are the love a new earth is waiting for.
Now remember, we are not here to walk alone. We are here to walk in unity with the oneness of love, with the oneness of all. Our walk with oneness will inspire many others, just as we are inspired and just as we are. We are bold and fragile. We are courageous and frightened. We are confident and confused. We are fearful and loved. And we already have the ability, the clarity, and the awareness of how to tether our personal hearts to the global heart field of love. Now imagine each of us going into our everyday lives with this more expanded connection of unity and love.
Begin in this present moment to connect each personal heart with your personal heart that you encounter in your everyday life. Let's begin with those we hold most dear, our family, our friends. These are the ones where love is an easy connection. Imagine sending love bubbles out to each one of their hearts. Imagine receiving love from their hearts into our personal heart. Feeling this reciprocal exchange of love. Let's imagine them in the field of the global heart coherence with us right now. Next, let's imagine drawing in those we love who may not yet be aware of love that we are experiencing together here today. Maybe neighbors, co-workers, other people in your community, other people around the world. Breathing this loving experience into our reality, within our hearts and minds, to share with others in the global heart. So it may manifest and reveal to others in the coming days, weeks, and months to come.
But let's not just stop with those who we can easily bring to mind. Let's imagine connecting our hearts beyond the most obvious to the ones we rarely, if ever, give pause and awareness to. Let's really connect our personal hearts as far as they can go to the barista who makes our morning coffee, the mail person who primarily delivers the revenue producing mail. Let's tether to the janitor who cleans all those public spaces that we go into and rarely think about that. How about the people who keep our streets clean and our sidewalks? Oh, and let's imagine tethering our hearts to the passing children who will care for us in our elder years. And for those who have made this online connection possible, so many people. Let's connect our hearts. And how about the migrant workers who till the soil and pick all of our berries? The people who stock the shelves in the stores. And let's even connect to that person who has created the people who have created the chairs we are sitting in, the screens we are looking at. Connecting to all those hearts with this radiant vibration that we have created here today, created this week, and have created for our life, to connect in that global, powerful heart of love. Let's tether our hearts to each and every one, and any others that flow into your heart and mind in this moment, with the frequency of love.
Can you feel the beauty of such a daring imagining? Can you feel the new earth rising with the tenacity of such a courageous determination to love and live in the global connection of love? It sounds so sweet that it takes my breath away. I can see the children dancing and singing on Mother Earth. There's such a freedom. Freedom in the field of love. Freedom to dance and spin without limitations. Freedom to live their purpose here on earth. They know they are loved. And they love in that direct connection. And in unison, in the highest frequency of love. The eternal oneness of love. These children will be able to do this because we boldly stand in love now and follow our purpose of what we're here to do now. We will love without fear. We are loving with passion and delight. And we love because we know we can. That is our personal heart power in action.
It is time. Breathe it in. We are going with this expanded awareness of oneness rooted in love beyond our greatest imagining, and we are co-creating the new earth rising with empowerment and oneness and unity, with cooperation and abundance, and with complete faith that love has given rise to our abilities. That love is the mode of operation for the global heart, and we are linked together to live with love as global heart power with the global heart pulse.
We're becoming more aware of our gifts to share. We're accelerating this timeline on Earth. We will no longer underestimate the power of this love, of this unified field, and its ability to empower us to rise to the occasion in this moment. We will carry our complete sense of oneness out into everyday life and trust we will have the clarity of what is ours to do, how we are able to do it, and trust it will unfold in divine timing. That we no longer are alone, but tethered to an unbreakable personal heart connections around the world. This unified oneness of love.
And so now pausing for a couple of minutes to incorporate this into the depths of our being with one collective deep breath. To really take this time to breathe it in. And we will uniquely be expressing what our purpose is for what is emerging for oneness in the unity with one another. So it is.
Let's take all this love that we're feeling in the field, in our global heart field, and let's pulse it one more time out across the planet, leaving no molecule untouched by this love. And then let's draw that energy, all this love that we've been generating. Let's bring it right into the center of our own sweet hearts so that we are full to overflowing. I loved the sending love to the people that I don't think about all that often that are making my day so sweet. I felt the swelling in my heart around that. And so from this full heart, let's everyone we see today, everyone we come in contact today, or just noticing all the ways in which somebody is creating grace before us so that we can have a wonderful day. That was so beautiful, you guys. That was just so, so touching.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Really,
Thank you.
really feel your love. Well, I'm going to put some links in the chat. Let's keep them us all up because I'm going to have them share a little bit about their work. I'm going to put some links in the chat, and I'm going to start with you, Tammy. And if you just share just a little bit about your service in with your harp and with your music and with your thought leadership that you are offering in the world. We just love to know a little bit more about that. And I'll put a link in the chat to your website.
Wonderful. Thank you, Teresa. And always an honor to be with Global Coherence Pulse and to get to work with Grace and Michelle. Just beautiful sisters they are. So I have been playing the harp for 33 years. And I have played at the hospital and hospice bedside for the last 25 years until COVID happened. And then when COVID happened, that all went away. And so I got involved with the peace community, and it's just been a great joy ever since. And what has been coming to me this week as I've attended a lot of the sessions is I really see the harp as a bridge between the healing community and the peace community. And I think as more and more people heal, and they'll be more excited and interested in the peace community. And I think there's some real direct links there. So I'm pretty excited about those opportunities. And again, thank you so much for allowing me to play and share music that I love to gift.
We love having you on the pulses, Tammy. And the last time we had one early this year, I think it was February, these same three women were on a pulse together. You can check out our website or go to YouTube and find it. That was another really juicy one. So, and then I put links in the chat to Michelle's Love Voice Rising and Grace's Global Heart Team. And also know that these two ladies have islands in the connection field that will be opening up in the next week or so. So you'll be able to spend more time with them. But why don't you share just a little bit about what you guys are doing with Love Voice Rising, Global Heart team, and also your book, Personal Heart Power. I put that link in there too.
Well, thank you, Teresa. I have Love Voice Rising. And what that is it's really learning how to live, out loud with that voice of love, not necessarily in volume, but in meditation one day in contemplation really is, it was dropped for me that love voice rising needs to rise. And it's really about allowing the voice of love to radiate more boldly and clearly than the voice of fear so that it can become the platform of our culture and the global heart. And so that's what I do is I just really help people to get in touch with that inner voice. So many of us have had it. It whispers, mine whisper all the time. I wish they were really loud, like all that fear that's on the outside, but it whispers on the inside, and to really go, oh, that's the voice to trust. those whispers on the inside. And so that's what Love Voice Rising does. You can find me at lovevoicerising.com. And we're just beginning to unfold and really want to connect with so many people to allow them to have the courage and the boldness to live their authentic love out loud.
Beautiful. And Grace, Global Heart Team.
Yeah.
Go team.
Go team. Global Heart Team got downloaded in 2015 while driving. The voice said, start the Global Heart Team. I had no clue. I pulled off the street just to Google it. And the only thing was cardiac surgeons, which I didn't feel that was my job to do. And so started just evolving and exploring what Global Heart Team is. And then 2017 got the downloads that 7 stand in love visions, that we stand in love for all living beings. And we stand in love for the safety and protection of all, and other ones too. So we have started going nationally in 2017, and then actually internationally in 2019. But COVID happened, and then we went on Zoom. So we have a weekly Zoom call in the connection field every Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern. So invite anyone who wants to share love out into the world. That's what we do every Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern on the connection field.
Love you guys. I'm so glad we get to play more. And in the connection field, I did put a link to the chat in there. It's free to join. And it is our mission for this 99 days to bring the connection field alive. And it really is a playground and a prototype where we can learn what it means to collaborate and to share our passion-inspired actions for the good of the whole. So come and join us in there. We're going to just, over the weeks, kind of unfold. And we're also going to be hosting the game with David Gershon. So if you've been attending the frequency meditations, they'll be in there. So come and play. And we're going to end. Summer, it was so nice to see you kind of moving and dancing back there as the meditation was happening. I always love that you bring your body into it, and love to see all your beautiful faces. Thanks for adding your heart today. And we're going to close the Global Coherence Pulse with a Global Silent Minute. And then afterwards, please stay on because Jude Caravan is going to be the guest on the next section. And we just love Jude, so stick around. So thank you, ladies. And let's just send this love out during our Global Silent Minute and spread it out into the day.
In the joy and recognition of the one heart. As our hearts unite across distance, both sides of the veil, as we listen deeply to what is emerging and demanding new expression through us, for the good of the whole. We give ourselves to this new era of loving right relationship, creating an active healing field that radiates outwards and pulses the planet and beyond with the potency of our collective love and care from the one heart for all of life. Daily, we will observe the exact same 9 p.m. GMT minute of silence as action in sacred unity with millions, both sides of the veil, calling for global cooperation, peace, and freedom. Knowing that the original Big Ben Silent Minute helped to end World War II, today, we use our Global Silent Minute to draw forth true peace and spiritual power from the infinite reservoirs of silence. This is to bring an end to all war, to bring peace to all humankind. The power of silence is greater than we know. It is in silence that we experience unity. Silence as action in sacred unity. So let us prepare to enter a global silent minute. With a deep breath, we activate the spirit of peace in our own hearts. And we unite our fiery hearts across distance. Now we invite all those on the other side of the veil to join us. The next thing you will hear is a Tibetan singing bowl as we radiate and pulse our heart love through silence as action in sacred unity. May the spirit of peace be spread abroad in our hearts, through our groups, and throughout the world. Om Shanti.